The name of this sermon is Let Us Worship. I found quotes from many people while researching for this sermon. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, I love quotes, especially from people that I admire. They are those little succinct words that just twist a little bit and they've got wisdom in them. So I'm going to start with Stevie Wonder, who was born blind and still is. I remember Bill Cosby went over to Stevie's apartment and there were no lights on as he was preparing to go out for the evening with Bill. Cosby said to him, "It's dark in here. Why don't you turn on some lights?" And he went around and he turned on lights and he said, "Why are you shaving in the dark?" To which Stevie finally said, "I'm blind, Bill." To which Bill said, "Oh yeah. Note to self." So here's my first quote from Stevie Wonder himself. There are a lot of things happening that show us that this right here, right now, it is when we need to begin to love greater. Don't forget these words of wisdom from Stevie Wonder. This right here, right now, is the time of love. Remember that sometimes, most times actually, blind people see better than full-sighted people. So remember this from Stevie, right here, right now, it's time for love. My next quote that I want you to ponder is by Maya Angelou, another one of my heroes. When she speaks, I listen, just like E.F. Hutton. Maybe Maya said, "I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver." Another way of saying that is, if you want your soul to be free, to fly and expand, to be able to soar and live fully alive, you need to practice giving. It could be money, it could be things, it could be time. Whatever it is you're giving, give it fully with joy, or don't give it at all. Most of you know I have two beautiful grandchildren, Everett, who is 4, and Emerson, who is 2. There isn't much in the world I enjoy more than spending time with them. They're amazing. Yet still, every once in a while, their mother calls me, my daughter-in-law, and asks me to babysit that night. And I'm tired. I worked all day. I had 7 clients. Oh, I want to go to bed. But I thought, I don't want to be wrestling with 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. But I remembered, giving liberates the soul of the giver. So I say yes. And usually, I don't regret it. The 3 of us snuggled together on the couch, watching the Mickey Mouse Club, eating a small bowl of ice cream, and singing along with the songs. Do you know the song, Mickey Mouse? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. That's all I know of that song. Oh, anyway, my next quote I want to share with you is by Charles Darwin, a UU. He was alive from 1812 to 1870, 58 years. He was a prolific writer. He wrote A Christmas Carol with Tiny Tim. He's quoted as saying, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. Within a few years, Dickens had become an international literary celebrity, famous for his humor, satire, and keen observation of character and society. Many considered him a literary genius. Again, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. Have you lightened someone's burden this week? I have to think my babysitting my grandchildren is lightening my daughter-in-law's life. She suddenly is able to get her hair cut or run to the store or go to the eye doctor. I figure I am helping to raise those beautiful children, if only just a little bit, but it still counts. The next quote is from Anne Frank, one of my ultimate heroes. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Let me say that again. That's Anne Frank's quote. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Anne Frank, who went into hiding with her parents from 1929 to 1935 in an upstairs apartment in Amsterdam. Have any of you gone there and seen that? I highly recommend it. It's life-changing just to walk where Anne Frank walked and see the small little quarters that she and her family lived in for years. So I encourage you to put that on your bucket list. It really is incredible to walk where Anne Frank walked. Wow, what an amazing human being she must have been. She was killed, of course, by the Gestapo for being Jewish. She changed the world, but you see, we still have miles to go. Next is Amelia Earhart, who was born in 1897 and declared dead in 1939. She was an American aviation pioneer. On July 2nd, Earhart disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to become the first female pilot to circumvent the world. During her life, Earhart embraced celebrity culture and women's rights, and since her disappearance, she has become a cultural icon. Earhart was the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean and also set many other records. She was one of the first aviators to promote commercial air travel. Thank you, Amelia Earhart, that we can get on a plane and go to Sacramento and the same day. She wrote best-selling books about her flying experience and was instrumental in the formation of the 99s, an organization for female pilots. When I read about the people who said these quotes, I'm telling you, I am inspired. I hope you are too. Here's a story. I'm just going to go over what I've said so far to etch it into your memory. Feel free to write them down if you want. The first one was by Stevie Wonder. Right here, right now, is the time to love. The second one, Maya Angelou, giving liberates the soul. Giving liberates the soul. Number 3, Amelia Earhart was a female pilot who attempted to fly around the world. She is known for her bravery. Number 4, Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol and hundreds of more stories. And finally, Anne Frank, whose bravery was more than all of ours put together. She was an amazing teenage little girl. Maybe be inspired by these people and help us live fully the way they did. I want to share a story about the checkout line at a grocery store in New York. A lady was in line, just had really very few items, milk, tuna fish, crackers. Her money was in her hand as the cashier gave her the total. She was 86 cents short. She checked her purse to no avail. "I can put something back," she said. The man ahead of me reached in his pocket, palmed a dollar bill in his hand, bent down as to pick something up, and said, "Here, I think you dropped this." And that is the hope for the world, staying connected. May you be inspired by things you read or see or hear to live more fully. Blessed be, and amen. May it be so.